Hello, good afternoon, traders. This is Baja Pips. Today is Monday, January 8th, 2024, 12:50 p.m. Eastern China time. Today I'm going to be doing my weekly technical breakdown. I'm going to be going over Forex, stocks, cryptocurrency, and some indices. As you can see on my screen, I'm going to go over all of these in under 30 minutes. So just give me some time and I'm going to get it started. I'm gonna start off with Euro USD. As y'all already know, I do not swing trade Euro USD. It's on my chart. I only day trade and scalp this pair. But we can go on to the next one, which is Bitcoin. Take a look at Bitcoin real quick, and it's gonna update y'all with the price from last week. I did mention that I was not going to trade Bitcoin in my last weekly technical breakdown video because price was in a short term, medium term range, and I was not seeing any potential setup anytime soon. Ranges could last for a while, and I just don't want to tie my capital in something that is not moving. So, Bitcoin right now, as of now, it's not really going anywhere. The year just started coming back from the holiday break. And as you can see, since the end of November, price hasn't really done much. It's just been kind of stalled out at yearly highs and it's just been moving sideways ever since. I'll update y'all on that as I see price make some sort of movement outside of this range. I'm actually going to expand this range right now. So now we're looking at highs of 46,000 and we're looking at the lows around 40,000. And this is a 6,000 point range in which price is still struggling to break out of. Those of you, I had a few students that actually bought the hype, bought the wave, bought price as it was going up to yearly highs. And I have told y'all that when you do buy into news, it may influence you to make the wrong decisions because you are now buying it based off of a purely bullish bias and not really using your own critique when you're taking these trades. Remember, the bias is based off of the crowd and the masses, but that is not where price is going to go. It's just the obvious that everyone can see that price is clearly bullish, it's clearly on an uptrend. Even a little kid that doesn't know what uptrend and downtrend is can tell that this is moving up. So, of course, when you hear the headline saying Bitcoin is reaching yearly highs, monthly highs, or whatever, it's just headlines. It's not really what is going to happen forever, and do not take things for granted. So, those of y'all that bought into it, I'm sure you're learning a valuable lesson, and that is to not chase the crowd hype. Do not chase price because you may be sitting in this for quite a while, especially if you didn't use a stop loss. As you can see, a few days ago, price actually broke out of that range and went to the lower end of that range and now is struggling. That's not good. That's not good long term. So you have this little breakout right here, and price went back down on the 3rd of January. So last week, middle of last week, and it went all the way back down to towards 40,000. So, of course, that's not a good thing if you're looking to go long, especially right after the news announcement that said that price was bullish. That's kind of ironic how it just happened right away. So many people got stopped out. Many people are just sitting there with their capital tied up. And this is one of the reasons why I say I do not trade ranges because your capital could actually get tied up. And that is Bitcoin. GBP USD, I'm going to take a look at that in just a moment. Like I said, I'm moving from left to right. So let's take a look at USD CAD. USD Canada, I'm not interested in this. Still looking for price to make some sort of movement. It's also in a range since the beginning of the month, and I do not like this pair. As you can see, I'll mark off the highs and lows. So we can see it's some since the 1st of January, price has been struggling to move on out of anywhere. It was on a short-term uptrend, and price just struggled to break higher. It failed a few times actually. Cross here, it failed one time, it failed twice to break out. It had a false breakout right there for the third time, and it actually rejected that high. And we seen a really strong bearish candlestick towards the downside. So that is a red flag for any buying. So right now, my buying activity is stalled until at least 34,000, 1.34090 is taken out. If I could see that taken out with some strength, then maybe we may be resuming the bull trend. But as of right now, sideways movement, flat market to begin the week. Not gonna touch this pair right now. Let's take a look at gold. Now, gold is a very popular pair amongst a lot of traders, especially the online social crowd, on social media. It's came to the point where people rely on social media to make their trading decisions, and I do not recommend that because you're basically making your decision based off of someone else's decision that you don't know, and that person may just be not a great trader. And a lot of people, they get caught up into predicting. And if you watch my videos constantly, you can see that I do not predict. I actually react to what price is doing. I trade my own system, my own strategies, and this is stuff that I've developed over the years. You can see from start to finish, from scratch, from the beginning of my journey, how I started my system and where I'm at now. So that is one unique thing about myself and my videos. When you go on social media, you may not know that influencer. They may just be an influencer, and they may just be ego driven, and it's nothing to do with what is actually happening. It has nothing to do with skill. And as you may already know, we do not move the markets. So prediction, it can only work for so long. Maybe someone is right on a couple moves. Maybe they're on a hot streak because it just happened to be moving in that direction or for that pattern for that short term, but it's not going to last forever. So usually you'll see these people, they may be right a couple times, but then they're not right for a while, or they're not boasting about being right for a long time because you don't know their personal portfolio. They're not doing breakdowns like myself, and that could just hurt you in the long term because you put your money and your investment and your trust in that person's predictions. Uh, let's get on to gold though. I'm done with my rant. Gold is not really going anywhere. As far as I can see, we did hit some quarterly highs. Mark that off right there. So back in May, you can see around May 3rd, we did hit some quarterly highs. Back in November, we retested those highs and price rejected. It did have a false breakout. That false breakout was a pretty massive bar. It went all the way up to 2131.56. And then price started rejecting on downwards. That's not good for buying. Whenever I see that type of false breakout move, I am no longer interested in longs. And I do believe gold may start to undergo a bear rally to the downside. How far low will it go? Well, once again, I don't predict, so I don't know. But based off of my price action interpretation and my experience in the markets, I can tell you right now that more than likely gold could see 1983. It could see 1980, 1983, and even lower towards 1915 before the end of the month. Maybe sometime next month we may go down that low. I don't predict. I'm just reading my price action, and normally when price is making a false breakout, more than likely it's going to retest the lower end of that range. Now, how big is this range I'm talking about? Well, when we go out to the weekly chart, we can see that this range is actually quite large. So if I'm going to be really practical, I'm saying about 1805. That could be the low point of gold if we do not get out of the congestion any sometime soon in the near future. But that is just a long shot. I don't really know. And I would need to see a lot more selling pressure coming in. As of right now, I'm just sitting on my hands. I'm in cash. I'm not deploying capital in gold right now, at least for the long side. And I'm not going to, it's a little too early to project a bearish bias. So I'm going to leave gold alone, and that is gold. So no trading gold for me right now until later on this week. We could actually continue on up, but I would need to see a lot of buying pressure come into the markets as of right now, and I do not see that. So it's going to be pretty interesting seeing a lot of the gold influencers that only purely trade gold, what they have to say, but this is my own analysis. This is my own breakdown, and I don't see anything in gold, so no need to waste my time nor time my capital in something that is not favorable. Let's move on to Bank of America. Bank of America, nice bull run. It looks like price was stalled out. As of my last video, I was not interested in any longs because price was just congesting. I'm still not really interested in a long until I can see price break out a little bit more. Right now, we are at some yearly highs. It's at 34.40, but I need to see more buying coming in. I need to see more buying coming in, followed by some sort of pullback, which shows weakness in sellers. But as of right now, reading purely based off of price action, it's on a uptrend, and it looks like the uptrend is continuing. I will be looking to deploy capital in this pair as the week goes on, as long as I see a favorable pattern. GBP USD. Let's take a look at this. Not interested in GU. We are in a range. In my last video, I did mention that we were in a range since earlier December, and we are continuing in that range. I don't really see any type of good move coming out, but if I do, I'll let y'all know. More than likely, I would be looking for a bullish move towards range highs. So looking back at December highs around 1.28, I'll be looking to go long into those highs if I see a favorable setup later on this week. Maybe I look to deploy some capitals on the long side. But as of right now, I'm going to leave GU alone. GJ, it's on a bull rally, but that bull run is undergoing some congestion. It's tight range. Move this line down below. You can see that 178.2 and 184.3 is the large range that we are hitting those highs. It hit those highs several times in the past. We can see there was a rally, reject those highs on December 11th, all the way down to 178 lows on the 14th. Attempted to rally back up for the second time around 184, rejected it back again, all the way back down to 178 lows. And this is the third time it's coming on up to 184 highs. So I'm not predicting once again, but obviously, if it does not break out of 184 highs in the forthcoming few days, more than likely it will be going back down to 178 lows. And for me, I'm not going to buy into these highs if that's the recent activity that's been occurring quite often. So I need to see a strong breakout, preferably above 185 highs, and then I'd be looking to deploy some capital. If not, I'm going to sit on my hands. I'm not interested in this long just yet. But I'm also not interested in a short because once again, y'all are gonna hear me say this many times in this video. I do not predict. So I'm not going to just say it's gonna hit 178 lows because it's done it in the past. No way. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. So if I do see selling pressure and I do see a nice rejection, and bears coming in, I may be looking to go short to 178 lows because that is the more logical, reasonable approach. So that is GJ. Take a look at US 30. US 30, I did have a nice bull run in December. I got out. I was in and I was out within a few days. I collected my profits, and that was it for US 30. As of right now, it has been slowing down. If you look at my last weekly technical breakdown video, you can see the same exact lines are there because I follow up with my peers every single week. Unfortunately, I don't get that many viewers. I don't do this for clout anyways, but you can look at the history of my videos. You can see my view count. It's very low, but once again, I do this for me. I do this for the very few that actually care about their trading journey. And as y'all can see, as you continue on and develop and mature in your journey, the right path is not the popular path. And so my videos are not getting tens of thousands of views because I'm telling the truth. I'm transparent about the journey. And the truth can be boring and it can also hurt because everyone wants to make money right now or tomorrow. They don't want to be patient and practical with their journey. And I'm going to get into that part of the video in my post technical breakdown notes. I'm going to just talk to y'all for a little bit at the end of the video. Well, let's get back to the topic. You can see US 30 is currently undergoing some struggle to break higher. Since beginning of last month, actually, we can see the 8th of December was the last time it hit some highs. Right around here, the 19th actually month. Sorry about that. But actually, it was around the 8th. We can see right here. So yeah, the 8th of December, nice rally, and then it kind of just been struggling. So I haven't really seen much happening ever since then. And price is currently undergoing a little pullback. I'm not interested in the long until I can see a strong thrust on out of this. Right now, we are in a sideways congestion. January is one of the slowest months of the year historically, so it may not really be much happening for the next couple weeks. Not predicting, but as of right now, I'm not interested in anything on US 30 just yet. Not even going to take a short because I need to see at least 36,942 taken out before looking for a possible short. And I don't really like to sell US 30 because it's been so bullish, but it could be on a extended pullback in the near future. We'll see later on as price is updated. USD/CHF, a very ugly pair. I have not been interested in this pair for the past few weeks now. It was a nice drop on the 21st of December that week. We did see a nice drop, but it was subject to scrutiny around the new year. As you can see, the 28th of December, around the 28th, 29th, was a potential opportunity to short, but it was also the holidays, and I was not even trading at that time, at least for my swing trade. So I was not interested in that. But as you all can see, it was a invalid move. Sellers did not take it anywhere, and then we had a reversal. Buyers stepped in, and then it just went sideways because buyers also failed. So we are in a longer term, bigger range between 0.858 and 0.832. That is a range that I'm currently seeing. It's not really a full range, but price is just struggling, and we are in I call it a flat market, nothing happening for the past several days. We're in week 2 of the new year, and price still has not broken out yet. Hopefully, we see some volatility kick in. Last week was a very flat week, very slow week, and yeah, I don't really see much happening until it does. That's just how I roll. Unless something shows me that something is happening, I'm not predicting. I don't care. I'm not marrying a trade. I'm not marrying a bias. It is what it is. And as of right now, there's no longing. There's no shorting for me. Sitting on my hands, leaving USD/CHF alone. Silver, silver, very similar to gold. Obviously, they're priced at different points, but gold isn't doing much. Silver isn't doing much neither to me. I don't see a sell, nor do I see a buy. I'm not chasing the hype. I do see that price was dropping. We had a nice decline from the 29th of December, about a 5% decline, but price isn't going anywhere. So, you know, I'm not interested in the short on this, and I'm definitely not going to long it just yet because I need to see some buying coming in. Not interested in silver. Don't want to waste time going over it. US 2000 looks like we are in a major correction. It looked like it hit some yearly highs around 2067 and it rejected it. Now we are potentially going to move to the downside. And if we do, we could see lows as low as 1803, 1700, sub 1700 flat hit. I don't know. It could go on. We could be in the start of a new bear market. It's a little too early to tell, but I'm definitely not interested in going long yet. I need to see 2067 retested and taken out with some strength before going long on this pair. I'm going to leave it alone. This is the US 2000, also known as the Russell 2000 company. Let's just leave that one alone. UK 100. This is the FTSE, so I'm going to look at this in just a moment. We can see that we are approaching. Now, if I do see price continue, I need to see a new bull rally in order for me to potentially buy it. And we are going to encounter yet another resistance around uh, 79.36. Unfortunately, there's another resistance right above this one that we're in. So I would need to see a strong bull rally before I'm interested in any type of longs. So the UK 100 is just undergoing a lot of indecision, a lot of questionable moves. And for that, I'm not going to trade this. And once again, we could see a possible rejection down to 71.96 as we are in a multi-month range. A lot of pairs are in ranges and they're on the edges of their ranges. So it's been a pretty slow several weeks, but hopefully, I don't know, hopefully something happens in the forthcoming few days or a couple weeks. That is UK 100. Last but not least, let's get on to Amazon. I'm not interested in going along on this. I'm actually going to take it off my watch list because it's just been crap movement for the past couple of months since the end of October. You can see beginning of November into December, we had absolute nothing. So what I do to pairs that I don't like is goodbye. So now there is no more Amazon, and that is deleted from my list. So the pairs are just flat. We have a flat start to the week, nothing good. This is why I like to day trade slash scalp because it's not every day I will find opportunity, but I do find frequent opportunity a lot more when I day trade throughout the week rather than swing trading. Swing trading, I may do a breakdown like this once a week, and I may not get anything on a Sunday or Monday, and therefore I have to just follow up every 24 hours. It's not something that I look at the hourly chart. I don't watch that. I know some people just cannot wait. And so they want to look at the 30-minute, the hourly, the 15. Hey, you know what? I let them. It's not a big deal for me because it's not something I trade. It's just, I would not recommend trying to force something that's not there. And there's nothing here for me to trade based off of my time frames that I trade on a regular basis. I've been trading the 4 hour and daily when I do swing trading. I've been doing that for over a year now. I used to do different type of trading, but this is my most profitable approach, and I stick with this. There's going to be times of the year. There will be times. It's just the reality of the market where the price is not doing much on this for swing trading. That's a part of the journey. That's a part of the process. You will have to wait. Take a break. It's technically still holiday break. People are just coming back from their break. Chinese New Year is around the corner as well. There's just a lot going on in January and the end of December. So it could just be slow times, but just know that you have the rest of the year for great moves. So just because something isn't really happening right now does not mean that it's going to permanently be like this and for you to instill sabotaging habits. You don't want to self sabotage yourself. You don't want to trade because you feel like it. You trade not only because you are in the mood to trade, but also when there's opportunity given. You don't trade in flat or dead market conditions because more than likely you're going to exhaust your capital and burn out. I call it burnout before the markets actually start to move because That's just the reality of the the situation. So as of right now, I don't see much happening. Um, I'll update y'all later on in the middle of the week if I want to do a midweek technical breakdown. But usually I'll do one video a week. This is just for my free videos. I do have separate watch list where I do look at individual stocks as well, and that is a little bit more in depth look at the markets. This is just for my free video. I show y'all the same setup, the same charts, the same pairs, and I just update y'all because this is free. I do a lot more extensive research in my off hours, and I do have separate watch lists because I look at many other stocks. I have scanners that will tell me if something is actually on the move or not. For that, that is more of a paid service because I do a lot more work for that. And that is something that if you're interested in receiving my watch list for stocks that I actually call them my premium, my watch list, you can send me a message through my links down below. Email me, forexcapitalmanagement@gmail.com. That is my only business email. Or you can message me, DM me in one of my official social media pages, and I will get back to you. But yeah, just let me know if you're interested in that premium watch list. This is the free watch list, and I update this every week. So as of now, on this watch list, I don't see much happening, and this is more of a broader range of pairs. So usually, if it's flat on these pairs, more than likely it's flat on the majority of the markets. If you want to get more depth and find very specific pairs and movers, I do have a watch list for tech stocks and financial stocks, and just I separate those, and it's just a whole nother portfolio, part of my portfolio management. So that's that section of my technical breakdowns. I want to go over just some notes, like I said in the beginning of the video, that I'll cover later on. Before I get to that, there is one more thing that I would like to go over, and that is my I it I had a student that brought this pair up, and I just want to break this down specifically for him. And those of y'all that do watch Marathon Digital Holdings, this is an example of a premium watch list stock. It's not on my watch list as of now because it's not setting up for anything that I'm interested in. But I just break this down just to show y'all Marathon Digital Holdings. This is a pair that has been moving in very similar to Bitcoin. And yeah, it was on a big bullish run. We did see some rejections, and I did tell some of y'all that I personally would not be long on this pair as of last week. And that was because I did see that bull rally did end. The bull rally ended, and it followed by a little false move on up. I don't know if this is a false move until the open of today's market, so wait until New York open. But we do see that on the 3rd of January, price did make a run to, potentially recover that drop that we see right here to the left. And a lot of people are hoping that 31.54 is going to be taken out. It could happen, but let's just keep it realistic. We are experiencing a decline right now. The past couple days, the 3rd of January right there, and the 4th of January to me was just a pullback of a potential RT reversal formation. And if price could get below Friday's lows, more than likely we're going to see the start of a possible bear move to the downside. How low could that go? I don't know. Maybe we could see sub 20, 18, $16. I don't know how low it can go just yet. But if I were to say, just my own trading, I would say it's going to at least touch $18 per share. So right around these lows, I would say that there is a chance that price could go down as low as there, if not lower, before we start to see any type of recovery. That's just my own projection on this pair. It has been on a strong bull rally. So for me, I'm not against buying. I just not interested in buying just yet, unless we could see $31 taken out. Then we could be continuing a possibly continuing an uptrend. But that's just a quick breakdown for Marathon Digital Holdings. So those of y'all that are actually trading this pair, um, just my own little breakdown. I do this just to help y'all out. Some people are confused, don't know where it's going next, or you might have capital tied up because you chase the news. Kind of similar to my Bitcoin breakdown earlier in the video. Sometimes, you can get caught into the hype. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Sometimes it takes humiliation and submission and admitting your defeat in order to progress and grow in this journey. So just admit your defeat if you are wrong and keep it moving. Lastly, if you're interested in my private mentoring, you can go to one-minute-traders.com and you can click on the private mentoring tab and follow the prompts to get to this page. I do 3-month coaching for 5,000 USD. This is something that I have been offering for over a year now. I got back into training my students and building a nice little small inner circle of traders that I want to see succeed. So we have weekly meetings. It's one time a week for 1 hour minimum. A lot of my students actually we go over 1 hour. Sometimes it's an hour and a half to 2 hours, compliments of me, but it's at least an hour meeting for one time a week for 3 months straight. If you miss a meeting, then obviously we can discuss your missed dates and we can reschedule. But this is the page where you can get the information on that. Just take a read when you get some time. Do not click the buy now button because I would like to screen you. So send me a message first. And once again, you could send it to me through my email. Click on this to get to my email, or you could send it to me on one of my social media links right above. Also, I am starting to do something new. So I'm doing a 1 month coaching for those of y'all that may not have the full 5K. I noticed that it's just for some reason, a lot of people that came to me may not be financially um, able to pay the entire 5K. And I'm not a big fan of payment plans. It's just people, just my own personal experience. But if you would like, I am starting to offer 1 month mentorship. It's not going to be as beneficial as a 3 months. Like I said, I would recommend 3 months minimum, which is the 5K deal. But if you would like to give it a try, maybe you have some questions and need some help with your trading, I can teach you my strategies and still train you the same way as I would for the 3 month mentorship, except for it'll be a much shorter duration. It's a 1 month mentorship, and that would be 2,000 USD. So if you are interested in my 1 month mentorship, just send me a message with that as well. But I would recommend the 3 month. Not only is it a better package, but you're also saving yourself at least $1,000 just by purchasing the 3 month in advance. So that is all for now. My little message is that you're going to be on this journey. A lot of people are going to doubt you. You're going to come across a lot of doubt, a lot of hate. But that's just how the journey goes because you're attempting to achieve something that most of the world cannot. And because of that, a lot of people might view you as a try hard, oh, this person is trying to be rich, this person is trying to be wealthy, successful, happy. That I'm not happy. I'm miserable. That their thoughts are gonna keep going. And you know what? Screw them. Forget what they think. It's about you. If people are not, they're gonna envy you because they see that you're trying a challenge that they thought was impossible to do, and you're actually committed to it. And for that, it's like a race. Somebody sees you pass them in a race, they're not going to be happy. They're going to try to beat you in the race. Life is a marathon. It's not a sprint, but at the end of the day, it is still a race. And everyone is trying to achieve that financial happiness. I don't care if they say there that they don't care about money or monetary gains is not a thing. Everyone wants to achieve financial success. It doesn't matter, everyone might have a different perspective on financial success, but no one wants to struggle. No one wants to be poor. No one wants to starve to death. We are human beings, and by our nature, We have to eat. We have to live. We have to survive. That is built into our beings, who we are. Survival of the fittest. Even in the animal kingdom, you see the animal with the most resources is the one that is thriving the most. The lion is a king of the jungle because the lion hunts and gets what it eats, what it hunts, and it does damn well at hunting. Same thing with trading. You are becoming the lion of your jungle, the lion of the human kingdom. And for that, people are going to envy you. They're going to look at you and say, "You're doing that impossible challenge." They're going to, and once you're doing well, people are going to stop doubting you and they're going to just stop paying attention to you because it hurts them so much. It hurts them to see somebody is on a journey and they're not giving up. The only person that can stop you in this is you. No one else can stop you. And if you quit now, it's only because you submitted to that pressure, that peer pressure that the world is saying, "Oh, don't do it. It's not possible. It's impossible." Or, that person's a scammer. That's a scam. That doesn't work. It didn't work for them. So, they might have did a lot of messed up things and they didn't have the right guidance. So it didn't work out. And so they call it a scam and they just discredit it and they tell everyone that they know to never do it, or this person that's teaching it or this person that's doing it is not doing it right. Well, if you go and continue on your journey, it only gets better. It only becomes more clear. If you're not consistent and successful right away, you're learning better habits than the world. You're learning to manage your money better, and you're not making silly investments ever again. Ever. You're gonna be a lot much more of a wiser decision maker. So whenever you do need to make a financial decision, more than likely you're going to make the best decision in your favor. And that is a benefit of trading. Even if you're not consistently profitable right away, you're going to become more profitable in life overall just because you're making better decisions, because you're a more disciplined human being and you know about the art of money. Now, year one, they called me stupid. Year three, I paid the bills with my trading and my courses and concepts and stuff around trading. Year five, I left my 9 to 5. I stopped. I haven't done a year at 9 to 5 in 10 years. Year 10, they call me lucky. I've been trading for over a decade and I'm on year 13, and now I'm just showing things, and I have no look at my view count, y'all. It's so low because people look and they're like, "Oh, he got lucky. Oh, he's getting lucky." You know how long I've been called lucky? For years, for many years. People thought I was using bots. Bots don't work long term. Bots fail after they only have a win streak for a short term and then they blow up and they fail. If you know about trading bots, they don't work, and I'm against it. I'm a manual trader 100%. You can see that in my breakdowns. You can see that in all of my charts. You can click on the Forex stock tab where you can actually see firsthand. You can see my charts that I share, winners and losers with the notes on it. What type of bots are doing this? You understand? So um, of course, there's going to be a lot of hate. There's going to be a lot of self doubt yourself. But trading success is not linear. It is a journey. It's not linear. It's more of a zigzag path. But be patient. Great things take time. Pressure makes diamonds. And if you're in this for the long term, you can also see success. Maybe not on day one, maybe not on year one, but some point, some people get there faster than others. It all depends on your commitment. I quit all my work. I quit my jobs. I lived off my savings. I've lived in my car for some time in the past. I took showers in fitness center gyms where I had membership because I did not have a place to live. Like these things were real because I made the commitment to my journey because I wanted to become something and I wanted to get there faster than others. And it was a marathon, but also I knew it was a race, and that's why I made these sacrifices. So of course, you don't have to have a journey like myself. I would highly recommend making sure you're financially stable and you have capital and savings for at least a couple years before you endure this journey. And if not, at least take on my private coaching, have someone guide you. I do weekly meetings and sessions where I can actually put you on the right path. And then after that, maybe you may want to quit your job after having some savings and take the lessons that you learn from me to continue to develop yourself and build your system. So that's all I have to say. Keep going. They're going to call you stupid. They're going to call you silly. Then they call you lucky. And then you get no attention until you start to show them the lifestyle that they all desire. But that is how it is. It is what it is. That's life. Survival of the kingdom. The world is your oyster. Do what you got to do. Have a great week, y'all. Trade safe. Peace. I'm out.